We've got another video on the madam herself. The Webster is back in action. We're talking about what did Dakota Johnson actually say. Well, we need to dive into why the media is running such great defense for somebody who couldn't even care less about her own project. But that's the conspiracy theory. The Madam Web star press tour became a tangled web of conspiracy theories and misconstrued quotes to create a narrative Johnson hated her own movie. No, I mean, where would any of those accusations come from? It couldn't come from her appearances herself, but why does the media care so much about this? It's a gigantic bomb, guys. It wasn't even furthering any of the agendas that you guys would be partial to. It's just a plain old-fashioned bad movie. But I guess because you guys are just such dyed-in-the-wall feminists, that because there are 4 prominent women, even though the most heroic character is Uncle Ben, Ben Parker, because we don't want to make the connection directly to Peter Parker and Aunt May, but we want to kind of have the name recognition. It's a total bungled mess, but I guess, hey man, at least to have a little bit of empathy and some compassion for Dakota. She did play somebody whose mother was in the Amazon researching spiders right before she died, so they want to go ahead and afford her just a little bit of human compassion. So where did all these conspiracy theories come from? Oh, what a tangle web we've woven. Exactly. It's so tangled, not even Dakota Johnson coming on screen in her Bret Hart shades, coming out and screaming, "It's webbing time," before she webbed all over the place. Could even figure out what exactly was going on. Sony's latest entry, not the last one, unfortunately, in its Spooderman universe, Madame Web, opened this week to dismal reviews and pessimistic box office prospects. No, $25.8 million over a 6-day opening weekend. You had a holiday in there. Nobody wanted to go see your movie. I'm not here to defend the film. Oh, really? But I am here to take issue with the discourse surrounding the movie in recent weeks. It seems it's no longer enough to simply say, I don't think this movie looks good, or I couldn't stand watching this. Even, I hated it, which would be fine. No, because if anybody came out and said that they hated it, you would just simply call them misogynists. But we've gotten to a place where we have to misconstrue, manipulate, project, and create conspiracy theories around films like this one. I mean, how could you read also that Dakota Johnson, a week after that abysmal trailer came out, the one that was memed into oblivion, and the moment everybody went, yep, there goes any kind of hope that this could be a passable film, she and Sweeney both fire their agents, and then some of the declaratory posts that they had on Instagram saying that we're so happy to be a part of the Marvel universe. Okay, here we're going to be bringing Madam Web to the screen, and they also, instead of tagging the appropriate studio, decides to tag Marvel Studios instead of Sony Pictures, kind of leading to the idea that they thought that they would be a part of the Disney Marvel Cinematic Universe and not Sony's Spider-Man connected universe. No, those are just conspiracy theories. When the press tour for Madam Web began at the start of the year, lead actress Dakota Johnson was placed under such scrutiny. Not really, everybody was just going, what's she going to say? That it became an absurdist tale of how clicks and engagement are farmed. One of the earliest examples is a quote she gave to Entertainment Weekly about working in front of a blue screen, in which she said, I've never really done a movie where you are on a blue screen, except there's fake explosions going off and someone's going, explosion, and you act like there's an explosion. That, to me, was absolutely psychotic. I was like, I don't know if this is going to be good at all. I hope that I did a good, I hope that I did an okay job. You would hope that you do a little bit better than okay, but all right. But I trusted director S.J. Clarkson. Why? She works so hard. Exactly, and so do dishwashers. And she has not taken her eyes off this movie since we started. Yeah, it's kind of funny the way that she phrases that stuff, okay? It's because it's not like Dakota Johnson has ever been lauded for her acting ability. Okay, she's a Nepo baby, and don't you dare tell her that, because she likes to freak out from time to time whenever she hears that. But trying to go ahead and already, cushion any criticism by saying, I just trusted the director. She knows what she's doing. She works hard. I just hope I did an okay job. Immediately, websites ran with the headlines, Dakota Johnson doubts Madam Web will be good. Well, she says it right there. Or Dakota Johnson says making Madam Web was absolutely psychotic. Yeah, there it is. And I mean, you guys did the exact same thing. It became a tangled web of conspiracy theories, quotes, to create a narrative. Johnson hated her own movie. Well, okay, because we have several people online that have concocted a thread of everything that Dakota Johnson said in her own words. And, well, frankly, we might as well play some of them for you, because shout out to Heroes Unbound for putting all of this stuff together. And, well, I've looked at a couple of these. We might have also played a few of them in previous videos, but let's just connect some threads in our minds. Let's access the web in order to really, really drive home the idea that Dakota Johnson absolutely hated being a part of Madam Web. Okay, because, all right, first one up here. We're going to see this guy a fair few times when she said she's seen exactly 4% of Marvel movies. All right, what do you mean by that?
I mean, what percent of Marvel movies have you seen? Let's be real. And this isn't meant as a negative. Like, again, just...
4%.
4%.
Which is like 15 minutes of one.
Oh, okay. So she's really passionate, which, okay, I actually got to give this up to Sydney Sweeney. Not a great actress, good body, wonky eyes. I mean, you have her right here, being super excited to play the character in her own words, right? Showing far more passion than you're going to see from Dakota Johnson, okay? Sydney Sweeney, who plays Julia Cornwall, Spider-Woman, reveals she pushed in the movie, to take more influence from the comics. The suit only ended up being in the film for a few seconds. That's not an over-exaggeration, about 10 seconds in totality. 2 very brief scenes. You never actually see her in action at the end of the movie, and the footage seen in the clip has been cut.
One of the comic drawings that I saw of Julia was always upside down, feet together, very ballet aerialist moves. So I begged and begged and begged to have my character drop from the ceiling, because that's just what Julia would have done. I have a lot of photos of me just hanging upside down, just waiting for action.
You know what? Okay, kudos for her, but she broke one of the big taboo rules in Hollywood. She actually went and respected the source material. But good for her. Good for her for being passionate about a character. And yeah, Spider-Woman, she was probably another big reason why she ended up, firing her agent, because a lot of people have been making the comparisons. I know I have, or at least I've either thought about it or vocalized it in a video, but even still, like, she's trying to set herself up to be like the next Scarlett Johansson. So obviously, ScarJo set herself up very early by getting on, Black Widow, and then had multiple appearances. And Sydney Sweeney, her agent at the time, seeing that same opportunity present itself, but then also having maybe an elevated position, because she was going to be not just, Black Widow, off to the side. Weird, that's also another spider. But anyways, also being the Spider-Woman in the Spider-Man universe, like, that could have been a big opportunity. Then it's Sony and not the MCU going, oh boy. But she did, and still, was promoting the film based on her love of the character. And you also heard her say, that's what Julia would do. It's not what I wanted to do. It's, hey, this is what the character would have done, which is like, oh man, what a missed opportunity. You had an actress who was passionate about playing the role, but oh well, say lovey. Back to what we're hearing, okay, in regards to the Dakota Johnson, when she suggested she should get an Oscar for her stunt driving in Madame Web. Okay, let's run this back. Okay, what are you talking about?
Yo!
Okay.
Yeah. Do you get a certificate or something?
I feel like I should get an Oscar.
Okay, like, that's just weird. Oh yes, the Nepo baby, Nepo baby stuff, when she did this Nepo baby truce with a Please Don't Destroy from SNL. Okay, John and Martin's dads are, yes, both famous SNL producers, right? Okay.
Is Daddy-O who you call to get your job?
You wanna do this? You wanna do the parent thing?
Nope, not really. Nepo truce?
Nepo truce.
Oof.
A foot in the door and so much more.
I hate when you guys do that.
Yeah, that's kind of cringe, 1000%. It's like, you can see her delivery, man. It's really tough in order to gleam if she's trying to put herself above all of this stuff, or if she just really is that vapid. When Kelly and Ryan told her she will be doing 35 Marvel movies for the rest of her life. Oh, okay, cool.
So you're a part of the Marvel universe.
I know.
They got you. They got you.
They got now you
They
know what
did.
that means.
What does it mean?
You're going to be doing like 35 films. You have career employment for the rest of your life.
Great.
Literally for the rest of your life.
Great.
Yeah, it's interesting because even, okay, like, this is a talk show, okay? Apparently millions of people, I'm sure, watch this stuff. But even they're under the assumption this isn't Sony's Marvel, okay? They were thinking that that's going to be, part of the wider Disney Marvel. Just how they marketed this film to begin with. You had the big Marvel, in association with Marvel Studios. Yes, in association. Has nothing to do with it. And you have no idea who Madam Web is. Even somebody who watched the Spider-Man animated TV show growing up, I have no idea who Madam Web is. Yeah, you tried to rope in normies, but as we can see from the box office, nobody bit. When she asked when she could accurately name all 3 MCU Spider-Man movies. Right here, you might chalk up to the aloof category, but okay.
Can you name the 3 Spider-Man Tom Holland movies?
Yeah.
Should I just go on faith?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, it's interesting, right? Because you can go ahead and, take a look at her face. It's like, can you name them? Yeah, I can. Okay, is this supposed to be a joke? Is this a setup for a joke? Okay, was this already something that was supposed to be canned, or were we supposed to move on to something? She's an awkward person, but okay, let's go.
Should I just go on faith?
Yeah.
Oh.
Spider-Man, here he comes.
Here he comes.
That's
yeah.
number 1.
Yep.
Spider-Man, and he's back.
Oh, okay.
And the other one, the last one is the Goblet of Spider-Man.
Oh, okay, good.
Need a vacation.
Harry, Spider-Man, and the Goblet of Man.
Now, okay, that just, the first 2, it's like, oh shit, okay, so, like, the 3 Tom Holland Spider-Man films, okay, the 3 MCU Spider-Man films, obviously, got Homecoming, Far From Home, and then No Way Home, right? I haven't even seen them, and I can name them, and I'm not even a part of the theoretical franchise that Spider-Man could be attached to, but even still, 3 of the most popular standalone films in a later day Marvel. It's like, you think you should probably be aware of your wider connected universe, but that's alright, you've been told that you've been great forever. Don't worry about any of that stuff. But the first one, okay, Spider-Man, here he comes. He's back. But then roping in Harry Potter, like, if you're trying to tell a joke, I understand. It just doesn't make you come off as terribly endearing, and then it also diminishes your own franchise to begin with. But okay, when it was revealed, okay, she is constantly trying to get her best friend arrested. What the hell? That's interesting.
Anyway, like, is there any petty revenge you've taken recently that's on the same par?
I was going to say I'm constantly trying to get my best friend arrested.
That's actually
Just because I think it would be so funny.
No, it would be funny.
him.
No, I think it would be funny. I think in a way, everybody is always trying to get their friend arrested.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you want them.
He would be so scared, and
Yeah.
he would do really badly in prison.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't we all? Wouldn't
Yes.
we all? Anyway, like.
She's, now that I'm watching more of this stuff as well, is like, she is just not a charismatic person. She's very awkward in interviews. I don't think it's an act at this point. It's just, that's who she is. Okay, let's see what we got here. And it's not like she's getting put in the best places. Okay, you got a radio interview, which are normally, if you don't have like a really good radio presenter, those things are going to be asked to begin with. You got some goof with a green screen in the background. We know how much Dakota Johnson hates green screen, okay? She thinks that it's absolutely pathetic. But when she predicted that Oppenheimer will win Best Picture only to be corrected by the interviewer. Oh, okay.
The winner for Best Picture at the Oscars will be...
Oppenheimer?
That's incorrect. It's actually Madam Web.
Okay.
It's going to be a Madam Web sweep, I think.
Okay, that will also piss people off. Oh, Madam Web sweep the Oscars. Can you imagine?
Oppenheimer gets like
Oh, okay, that's the first big indication that she knows, okay, or at least putting it out in the universe. She doesn't like her film at all whatsoever. That's a big tough one. Okay, I know that this one's also made the rounds as well. When Jimmy Fallon tried to tease Spooderman, but she scribbled it to write out Madam Web instead. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Wrong movie.
Well, look, I'm just saying, there's got to be something about.
Spooderman. Not quite. Oh, there you go.
All right. You heard it here first, everybody.
Yes, the Webster, okay, the madam herself has struck back. So maybe that's a point in the category that she actually does like the movie that she's there to promote. Okay, an actual earthquake interrupted her interview with E.T. Okay, what do we got?
These younger women.
Is that an earthquake? Okay, we just had an earthquake. Did you just do that?
Did I?
She tapped into the web.
Do you like that we all just sat here?
That was like very like
fabulous.
That was fabulous. You just had an earthquake, okay.
And
we're just gonna move on, I guess.
Continuing. There will be an aftershock. That was a big earthquake.
It feels so weird moving on after that, after our earthquake.
This is a grown-up version of a chick who was never told. I'm not talking about the interviewer, okay? I'm just talking about the plank of wood across from her, who was always told that they were great and has eventually hit middle age where, you know, her looks are starting to fade and everybody's just starting to get a little bit fed up with her horse shit. Okay, this is, what have we watched in totality? Like 2 or 3 minutes of interviews from her, and I'm already just had my fill of life of Dakota Johnson. But yes, okay, probably the creme de la creme, okay, and I know that this one has goofy audio, so please do bear with me for a second. I'll try to boost all of the clips as best as I can, but this one's going to be a little bit weird because I think the interviewer comes in, I think he's in your right ear, and then Dakota's going to be in your left ear, so it's going to sound frumpy, but just bear with me for a second.
You might be aware there was a line from the trailer that went sort of viral. Do you remember that?
What was it?
It was the line that says, "He was in the Amazon with my mum when she was researching spiders right before she died." Do you remember that going viral?
Why did that go viral?
I think
because your delivery, even just in regular life, my mom, she was in the Amazon researching spiders right before she died. It's because you deliver everything, just like it's reading a first line or first draft off of a teleprompter. I don't know. Why did that go viral? Everything sounds weird. Anyways.
I think it went viral because out of context, people were just like, "What does this mean?"
Oh.
Did you catch that at all?
No. Oh. Somebody brought this up and I have no idea what it's about.
There were lots of...
That's the most emotion we've heard out of her so far. It's like, why are people making fun of me? Why are you being mean to me? Everybody should just like me.
Means because I think people were like, what is... Just out of the context of it, it was just a very...
But isn't any...
Yeah, and this interview's kind of stupid. It's like, okay, cool. What, you know that joke that they made about your movies? It's like, it's kind of funny, right? She's just not going along with it at all whatsoever. Could have just played it off. It's like, yeah, that'll make, you know what? Hey, man, anything out of context is going to be, like it says here, yeah, but any sentence out of context, it's going to sound funny. It's going to make a lot more sense, even though it doesn't, in the movie when you guys go see it. It's going to be great. It's going to make a lot more sense, okay? She could have played it off that way, but instead, she's trying to make this really awful interviewer's job even more difficult because he already asked a stupid question. Hey, can you explain the joke? That always makes the joke better. And she doesn't want to help the dude out, so it's, man, what are you doing, Dakota? But just let's listen to the rest of her charm on display.
Any sentence out of context, out of context?
Yeah, very true.
What a silly thing.
There was just lots of bits that were like, oh, that, and that, and that. Do you know what I mean?
He was in the Amazon researching spiders with my mom before she died.
Yeah.
Seems like a basic storyline to me.
Fair enough.
But maybe I'm just underneath it.
No.
Oh my god, yeah, no, maybe I'm just underneath it, like I'm just so above all of this stuff. What an idiot. But, oh yeah, in order to just run this right back. The idea, she thought that she was going to be in an MCU movie. Okay. Yeah. When Elizabeth Olsen told her she had a great Marvel experience, Elizabeth Olsen, Scarlet Witch, right? Wanda Maximoff, very much a prominent player. Oh no, but she was dead at the end of Multiverse of Madness. It's like, come on, stop it. Okay. You've seen her light, flicker there just as she brought down the temple on herself. She's going to be coming back. Trust me. But yes, had a great experience. And Dakota Loki thought that she was in the MCU, which is, yeah, after the trailer was posted on Sony Pictures and not on the official Marvel account, she knew, ooh, something's wrong right there, and then probably fired her agent. Yeah, this really isn't going to work out for me anymore. I'm very upset. I'm not going to be in a Marvel and an MCU project. What do you mean this is a Marvel project? I wanted to be a part of the Disney side of things. We can no longer work together. Okay, bye. Let's see what she had to say here.
I ran into Lizzie Olsen in the hotel lobby and spoke to her about it for a bit. And that was helpful.
Yeah.
She said she had a great time and seemed very relaxed about it. So that was comforting.
She was very relaxed about it, yes. She's very insightful and a very aloof individual. Does she sound like she hates Madam Web? I don't know if hate's the right term. Ambivalent towards? Wants to just go ahead and write this off so that she can once again no longer be known as the face of the biggest bomb in Marvel movie history, but instead just being the fleshlight for Christian Grey. Very strange career trajectory for this uncharismatic plank of wood. But with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.